Restless Shore Settlement is a very iconic for a new world when it comes to its design. When I first entered this town, I wanted to visit such place in real life. It is built around the beautiful bay, and there is a huge pirate ship in the middle of it. Houses are built around the whole settlement, so you can choose the one which will fit you the most. You can grab a house built on a large wooden terrace overlooking the bay, or you can buy a standard house with garden in the northern part of the settlement. What I didn't like about the settlement is that the crafting stations and town project board are situated very badly. That's probably the reason why I have never seen much people in this settlement on my server. We start with the very small houses. There are 3 in total, and the first one is located near the west gate. This house is my favorite type of very small house, as it has a beautiful small terrace above the stone peristyle and wooden stairs leading to the balcony at which you can find house entrance. Once you enter the house, you will find yourself in a small but cozy looking room with a fireplace. The room has a few small windows and a door leading to the small terrace I mentioned in the beginning. The second very small house is located right under the huge wooden terrace near the settlement port. It is a standard very small house consisting of one small room with a fireplace with a tiny wooden terrace near the entrance. Last very small house is located near the previous one, but this one is located in more shaded spot and also under the big wooden terrace. Interior and exterior is same, so it has a tiny wooden terrace near the entrance and a small room with a fireplace. Moving on to the small houses, I have started with a house located in the northern part of the settlement. It has a small wooden terrace at the entrance, a big room with a fireplace on the ground floor and a small garden behind the house. The second small house is located right in front of the first one. It has a small wooden terrace at the entrance, a big room with a fireplace on the ground floor and a small garden behind the house surrounded by the stone fence. Another small house is located near the town hall and storage shed in the southern part of the settlement. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, ground floor room with a fireplace and a second floor room with a fireplace. This house has no garden. Next small house is located under the big wooden terrace near the settlement port. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, ground floor room with a fireplace and a second floor room with a fireplace. This house has no garden. The last small house is built on a wooden terrace located in the eastern part of the settlement. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, ground floor room with a fireplace and a second floor room with a fireplace. This house has no garden. Now let's move on to the medium houses. The first one is located near the trading post and eastern gate. This house has a small wooden fenced terrace near the entrance, one small room without the fireplace on the ground floor, second floor room with a fireplace, and a garden behind the house. The second medium house is in the central part of the settlement. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, small ground floor room without the fireplace, second floor room with fireplace and balcony, and a third floor room with fireplace. There is no garden in this house. This medium house is located on the huge wooden terrace in the southern part of the settlement. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, small ground floor room without the fireplace, second floor room with a fireplace, and a third floor room with a fireplace and huge window with wonderful view overlooking the town port. This house has no garden. Next medium house is also located on the huge wooden terrace in the southern part of the settlement near the previous house. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, large ground floor room with a fireplace, and a second floor room with a fireplace. This house has no garden. The next medium house is located near the tavern on the higher wooden terrace of the settlement. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, large ground floor room with a fireplace, and a balcony with a view overlooking the surrounding country. There's also a second floor room with a fireplace. The last medium house is located in the eastern part of the settlement near the port. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, small ground floor room without the fireplace, second floor room with fireplace, and a third floor room with fireplace and a huge window overlooking the port. The third floor room has also a balcony but with quite bad view. There is no garden in this house. Now let's continue with big houses. There are 4 of them in this settlement, and the first one is located in the northern part of the settlement near the north gate. It has a small wooden terrace near the entrance, one large room with a fireplace on the ground floor, and small garden behind the house. The second floor room has a medium-sized room with a fireplace and several small windows. The second one is located near the fountain in the northern part of the settlement. It has a huge garden around the whole house and a wooden terrace next to the entrance. Once you enter the house, there's a room with a fireplace. On the second floor, there's also a room with a fireplace and several small windows. The next big house is located right next to the previous one. It has a huge garden around the house and a fenced wooden terrace next to the entrance. On the ground floor there's a room without the fireplace, and on the second floor there's a room with a fireplace and some small windows. The last big house is located near the west gate, and it looks quite different from the previous big houses. It has a tiny wooden terrace near the entrance, one very large ground floor room with fireplace, one smaller second floor room with fireplace, and a large garden around the house. And that's it for the Windsward houses. If you have any suggestions or comments, feel free to write it down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more New World videos.